burning of fossil fuel like coals and water vapor, and then they mix in atmosphere, then they form acid rains.
Okay, yes, Ayush, your
Ma'am, when the
information. Hmm.
yes, ma'am. Ma'am, when the bad pollutants like sulfur dioxides and nitro dioxide, ma'am, react with the water vapor in the atmosphere, they form sulfuric acid and nitric acid. And when these acids are dropped down acids are dropped down in the form of acid rain, which cause marble corrosion in Taj Mahal, which leads to phenomenon of marble corrosion.
There is a phenomenon called acid rain. Yes, Aviral. Yes, right. Ayush, you're right. Yogendra, you're not
Ma'am,
able to
Taj
express, but you're also right. Yes, Aviral.
Ma'am, Taj Mahal is located at a place, ma'am, where there are many industries set up. Ma'am, ma'am, there was, ma'am, coal or something industry.
Refinery.
Ma'am,
Yes. Mathura refinery was there. Yes.
yes, ma'am, Mathura refinery. Ma'am, due to, ma'am, when, ma'am, they burn coal and other particles to refine the oil, ma'am, a large number of nitrogenous oxide and, ma'am, carbon monoxide is released in air. And,
Different
ma'am, due to,
oxides of different non-metals are released. Okay, and they are
yes,
present
ma'am,
in
and
the air.
different
Yes.
non-metals.
Hmm.
And different non-metals are released and they react with water vapor in the atmosphere to form acids. And ma'am, then they drop down in form of acid rain. And ma'am, due to that, the marble of Taj Mahal is corroding. And ma'am, its color is, ma'am, getting, ma'am, yellowish.
Yes, so mainly what happens when these acids are added to the rainwater become acidic. Okay, and this
Yes,
acid
ma'am.
when falls on the marble surface, it starts to react chemically with marble, and as a result of this chemical reaction, it corrodes and it decolorizes the white Taj Mahal. Okay, so this is about the case study, and we just have, I think we with that we have ended up the
And
air
ma'am,
air pollution. Yes.
ma'am, Supreme Court has
The
told
acid
ma'am,
rain.
Just wait. Yes, Pratyush, continue. Yes. What are the steps have been taken by Supreme Court?
ma'am, they have passed a law in which, ma'am, they said that, ma'am, no vehicle, ma'am, around the area of Taj Mahal, ma'am, should run. Ma'am, no vehicle of, ma'am, petrol and diesel.
Yes. So, so,
CNG.
so what did they have to do? They have to switch themselves, switch the vehicle
Ma'am,
to cleaner
ma'am,
fuels
CNG and PNG.
like CNG and LPG. Okay,
Yes,
that is
ma'am.
CNG means compressed natural gas. We have read in petroleum, that chapter we have
Yes,
read,
ma'am.
and also LPG. They are much cleaner fuel than that of petrol and diesel. Okay, so yes, outskirts are all around
And
now. It
ma'am,
has been
PNG also, ma'am.
PNG also. Yes. So you can add PNG over here. Yes, CNG, LPG, and PNG. More now, now that is moreover the automobiles should switch over to unleaded petrol. Okay, you have seen when you are going to the petrol pump, you have seen that one, that normal petrol, and the other one is unleaded petrol. So unleaded petrol is again, it is much more pure than that of the normal petrol. And near the outskirts of Taj Mahal only, what kind of petrols are used? That is unleaded petrol, or the vehicle that are not using unleaded petrol, they are not going to come. They have to use some cleaner, much more cleaner fuels like CNG, PNG, and LPG. Okay, that
Yes,
we
ma'am.
have done. Now we are just going through read. I have already told you about greenhouse effect. Do you remember, Shatakshi, what is greenhouse effect?
Ma'am, global warming.
Greenhouse effect. It is not initially,
Ma'am,
yes.
And can
Hmm.
I?
Just wait.
when the heat of radiations are captured in atmosphere and it doesn't allows it to go back into space, this effect is called greenhouse effect.
Okay, Nityansh, you want to answer? Nityansh, you have raised your hands. Yes, Nityansh.
Ma'am, the trapping of radiation by Earth's atmosphere is similar. That is why it is called the greenhouse effect.
Yes. So, greenhouse effect is mainly that the radiated heat. I told you that the reflected radiated heat that has been trapped by the atmosphere, that helps to keep the atmosphere warm even after sunset. and this effect is called greenhouse effect. But now this effect has gone to a certain huge level that it is actually increasing the global temperature, which is called global warming. Okay.
Warming.
Yes. Yes, Ayush, just read greenhouse effect, start from greenhouse effect.
Yes,
uh,
ma'am.
hmm.
18.4. Greenhouse effect. We know that the sun's rays warm the Earth's surface. A part of radiation that falls on the Earth is absorbed by it, and a part is reflected back into space. A part of reflected radiation is trapped by the atmosphere. The trapped radiations further warm the Earth. If you have seen a greenhouse in a nursery or elsewhere, recall that the sun's heat is allowed to get in but is not allowed to go out. The trapped heat warms the greenhouse. The trapping of radiation by the Earth's atmosphere is similar. That is why it is called the greenhouse effect. Without this process, life would not have been possible on the Earth. But now it threatens life. CO2 is one of the gases responsible for this effect. You know that CO2 is one of the components of air. You have also studied the role of carbon dioxide in plants. But if there is excess of CO2 in the air, it acts as a pollutant. Can you help Paheli to find out the answer to her question? Paheli. But how does CO2 content rise in atmosphere and become excessive? On the other hand, CO2 is continuously being released because of human activities. On the other hand, area under forests is decreasing. Plants utilize CO2 from atmosphere for photosynthesis, thereby decreasing the amount of CO2 in the air. Deforestation leads to an increase in the amount of CO2 in the air because the number of trees which consume CO2 is reduced. Human activities thus contribute to the accumulation of CO2 in the atmosphere. CO2 traps heat and does not allow it to escape into the space. As a result, the average temperature of the Earth's atmosphere is gradually increasing. This is called global warming. Other gases
Okay,
like
just
methane.
wait. Any doubt regarding global warming? Already we have discussed earlier also. So actually that releasing of CO2 is a natural process. Earlier that is done by respiration. All of you are just releasing CO2. But nowadays, due to development, due to growth, many of the factories and the ways they are liberating this gas, and the percentage of CO2 is increasing, and more heat, that is the radiated heat of the sun, is being trapped, and actually it increasing the global temperature. And thus this greenhouse effect is not a normal one, it has gone to some extreme, and it is called global warming. So these three topics are clear: acid rain, then greenhouse effect, and the last one, that is global warming. Is it clear to all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. Okay, now Pratyush, you can start because आरुष का voice बहुत कम आ रहा है.
Ma'am, can I?
Yes, Yogendra.
What can be done? What can we do to reduce air pollution? There
Where
are
you are
many.
reading from? Global warming से नीचे देखो, let's second that paragraph below global warming you start.
Global warming, a serious threat. Global warming can cause sea levels to rise dramatical in many.
Dramatically means what is happening due to global warming? The temperature is increasing, and what will happen? It will help to melt the glaciers, and as a result, what will happen? The sea level will increase. Okay.
Increase.
Yes. Now continue.
In many places, coastal areas have already been flooded. Global warming could result in wide-ranging effects on rainfall
Wide
patterns like
ranging effect, ranging nahi, ranging, that is it is having a widespread effect on the rainfall pattern also. The rainfall, nowadays it is getting disturbed in India also, and all parts of the world also. Now we have seen more snowfalls are occurring in place of North America, but some places are
Good
having
morning,
drought.
ma'am.
See, good morning. Some places are being very much heated, so this global warming has resulted in wide ranging effects. What are they? That are rainfall patterns. They have changed the agriculture. They have affected on agriculture. They have affected on forest area also, plants and animals. That is the flora and fauna of a particular area. Okay, this is clear. Now continue.
Pattern agriculture, forest, plants, and animal. Majority of people living in regions which are threatened by global warming area are in Asia. A recent climate change report gave us only a limited time to keep the greenhouse gases at the present level. Otherwise, the temperature may rise by more than 2 degrees Celsius by the end of the century, a level considered dangerous.
Yes. So if it is not seen seriously, we are not taking it into consideration, then a time will come that our global temperature will rise 2 degree and that will be a serious concern for us. Yes. Now continue.
Toward the effect like CO2, they are also called greenhouse gases. Global warming has become a major concern for government worldwide. Many countries have been reached an agreement to reduce the emission of greenhouse gases. The Kyoto Protocol is one such agreement. Bujo is surprised to hear that an increase in the earth temperature by the even a little as zero point 0.5 degrees Celsius can have such a serious effect. Paheli tell him that she had read in the newspaper recently that the Gangotri glacier in the Himalayas has started melting because of global warming.
So these are the
Maybe
effects, I told you that the glaciers are melting as a result of increasing temperature. Most of the
yes,
glaciers in the world have started to melt. And what has been taken, what is the protocol on that was taken to prevent this greenhouse effect or the global warming? That is a protocol that is taken at Kyoto, that is called the Kyoto Protocol. Okay. And now we are being conscious and we are getting serious in the view that we have to reduce this global warming, otherwise a disaster will come. Sometimes